What's going on, YouTube? Kel Gaither back with Fat Boy Model Shops. I believe it's been about a week since I posted, and I was able to finish another build. So I thought I'd share with you fellers. It's going to be something along the lines that I just finished. Decided to do another rat. I had some ideas that crossed my mind one night when I was trying to sleep and couldn't sleep, so I said I'm just going to go ahead and build it. So let me turn the camera around and show you fellers what I got here. Okay, sorry about that, fellers. As you can tell, I built me another 30 rat. I wanted a throwback P51 paint scheme rat rod. A few of you that know me know that I have a passion for warbirds, and I'm going to actually start building some next year. And I decided, I saw a real one on some show, I can't remember the name of it, but they feature a lot of rat rods from time to time. And it wasn't a 30, I can't remember if it was a 32 or a 34, but it was a rat that was painted up kind of like this one, and I said, you know what? I think I'm going to do this 30 like that. And let me get my stool here and give you guys a swing around. First off, you can notice that I cut that lip out of the top, and I built the wood frame in there, and I got the stuff from Hobby Lobby. It's the 1/16 square basswood, and cuts real easy. You know, it builds up. You know, I got the reference from one offline, a real one, and I scaled it down, and it's exactly right. So I stained that with these things right here. These spray, distress sprays. I got them from Michael's, and I used three. They come with 3 in the pack, and I kind of use a little bit of all 3 of them, and then I give it a nice backwash. So I like how it turned out, and notice you can also tell the beer can stacks that I went with. For those of you that don't know, I pulled the nail head out of the 29, and I wanted a different look, and I believe I achieved that. And I originally was going to use these stacks here, these aluminum ones, but I said, you know what? I said, I got those labels. I said, I'm going to make my own. So that's what I done. And I think they turned out real nice. And made my straps. And on the front end, I used the mouth off the decal sheet for the grill. I actually got that grill leaned back even further than I did on the last one. And I got her sitting right on the ground. You can't tell it from the front. It looks like it's off the ground. It is in the front because it lips up, but the back of that grill show is right on the ground. And I didn't go as heavy on the rust on this one as I did the last one. And see here, I added the white walls, and yes, that is the decals that's on the decal sheet. You just gotta be patient with them. I mean, you know, I don't really know what to say other than, you know, you just got to use a lot of decal set to get them to soften up. And you can't just pull them off, you can't just lay them down off the decal sheet and rub the water off of them and expect it to just lay down right. I spent probably 2 hours just on these tires, all 4 of these tires. And that's, of course, getting the rim in there. And that's another thing you got to do. You can't put these white walls on before you get the rims in there, because you're going to just tear them all to pieces getting the rims in there, because you got to stretch the tires over the rims. You got to put the rims, you got to mount the rims in the tires first. Then what you do is you spray you a light coat of clear lacquer and let it dry for about 2 hours. Then you lay your white walls down and just cover it with decal set, the softener, the blue label kind. And just start blotting it out. You might have to go over it 3 or 4 times, but they'll eventually soften up to where they will lay down. And then you just, when they dry, you just give it a couple of coats of oil coat, and that seals them on up. You know, they look like they're painted on there. You know, you just got to have patience with it. You know, I don't really know what other to say than to that, you know. I didn't really want to steal Cranky's scheme on the decals. You know, I know he used the Army stars on his, but I wanted those girls on there were riding the bomb. It just looked too crowded up to have it beside it. And, you know, like I said, I saw a real one on TV that was like this, so I went ahead and went with it, you know. Cranky, I apologize if you think I'm stepping on your feet, but I'm not. You know, I just thought it looked good that way. So I actually had to take 3 sets of decals to get that look, because you only get one of those girls on a sheet. Let's see. I gave it the same drop as I did on the other one. It just, they look about the same. It just looks different because of that nail head that's in it. And of course, I leaned the grill shell back a little more, and you know, it's you know, like I said, it's on the ground. I actually used that cut down radiator out of the 29 also, and I also made my own radiator hose out of that aluminum wire. And just give it a nice weather job. There's 2 things that isn't done on this, and I'm going to do them probably sometime today. I just actually got something in the mail to finish it. I'm going to build my own shifter again on this one. And I got to do the steering wheel. For some reason, my flat black won't dry flat anymore. I've shook it up. So I hadn't been able to, I got to go to town and get another bottle of flat black to do the steering wheel. And I got to make the shifter. But on the inside, you can see Cranky mailed me these beer bottles last year. And again, I want to thank you again for those. That was kind of you. I know it's taken a while before I got a chance to use them, but I just wanted to incorporate them in a build that I felt like that said it justified. And I believe this is it. So he sent me a couple of each. And he done a real nice job of casting these. To be honest with you, I didn't even paint them. I just give it a nice, I just weathered them a little bit with some pastels. And then I gave it a nice wash. And then I painted the tips of those bottles. And they turned out pretty good, I think. And I don't know if you can see or not, but I made my own oil cans. And I rusted those up. And they are in scale. I made them out of the aluminum tubing. And then I filled them with 5-minute epoxy. And then I painted the tips of it where I had filled it with the Tamiya flat aluminum. And then I rusted them up. I looked at some real ones online from that era. And I believe I got it right. And I crushed one of them and made it look like the lid was still there. And I put me an oil stain down in there, if you can see it that good or not. And I covered the whole inside of this, which you probably can already tell with album artwork. I used album covers from the 60s all throughout this car on the interior. And I believe I got the look I was wanting. Couple of my favorites are down there, The Who and the Beatles and the Beach Boys. And as far as the seats, I didn't weather them as heavy as I did the other one, and I didn't draw out the bottoms. I wanted the seats to look like the seats in a p51 Mustang, so again, I used Cranky and CT's idea on that stuff they've been using and got me some of this brown, and you know, that's about what the seat pads look like in a p51 Mustang. And so I like how they turned out. And Of course, with the body being aluminum, you couldn't show any rust. So I just gave it a nice weather with some, I use the Tamiya weather. And I don't know, I'll use anything as long as it'll work. So I'm not going to sit there and tell you I just particularly use one or two items. I got a whole, and I'm still buying stuff and experimenting with different stuff. And I get a lot of my weathering techniques. I'll be honest with you. I just get on YouTube and I'll watch women that use this stuff, making and distressing frames and stuff. And I'll watch that. I'll watch a lot of model railroading videos. Anybody that does any type of weathering, I'll watch it. And that's what I come up with on this one. Do I think it's better than the other one? I'm not going to think it's any better. I like how it turned out a little better. Maybe the paint scheme and the beer bottle, or the beer bottles and the beer can stacks, I think really highlighted a little better, I think. I don't know. I guess it's to each their own. I think they both look good sitting on the tables in Atlanta. They look good sitting next to each other. And matter of fact, I actually have the other one with me. I brought it down here. I'll sit it beside it. And I know y'all heard some of my junk hit the floor. I'm sorry about that. But they look good sitting together. They were both fun builds. I enjoyed building them both. And, I just wanted to show you what all you could do with a model without having to spend a whole lot of money to make it look good. A lot of this stuff, I done and I custom made everything. So I use very little aftermarket stuff, and I think they both turned out nice. So fellers, I appreciate everybody that watches my videos and everybody that subscribes to my channel. Thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.